And
Absolutely.
it's not like it is today where we got cell phones where we can track you
No.
as police off, watching out for our buddies. Like, all right, he's out on a deal, but we know exactly where his location's at. We can listen in.
Right.
One of the new things, since you've been out of the dope game a little while, those AirPods.
Mm-hmm.
So you can listen and hear things. So I can listen and track my friends, and that is a device
Right.
that everybody overlooks them now because everybody's got them. So
Yes.
it's no longer are you wearing a wire? You always have a wire on you. They don't
I
think of it
had
as that.
one time I was working with this crew and I had a wire. I'm not gonna. Well, I guess it's been what 30 years or 20 years, whatever the hell it's been. Um, Sewn into my waistband of my jeans.
Okay.
You know, so I was supposed to have a SWAT officer covering me from a distance, and I'm dealing with these people, and one of them walked up to me straight faced and said, you ever have a glass bottle broke over your head?" And I was taken back. I was like, "Well, shit, man, it's gonna get real quick." And he said, yeah, I just looked at him and I was like, "Nah, but you know what? I saw a guy get one of those glass pitchers smashed over his head once, and that fucker, blah blah blah." Um, yeah, yeah. At that point, I'm over here trying to call, like, "Hey guys," I turn my back, start walking. I'm like, "You need to come get me now. You need to come get me."
Yeah.
Nothing. I got nothing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I
So
got
so now you
all the
got to
way back.
improvise.
Do what?
So now you got to improvise.
Yes. So I finally got all the way back, and the guys were like, "Oh yeah, we lost you like 20 minutes out. Your mic died, and we
Oh
had no clue
shit.
where you were." I was like, "Motherfuck!"
Yeah.
Like I almost like that was, you feel that in your heart and your stomach, like, "Holy shit, it's gonna go down. I am probably gonna die today, or one of us is."
Yeah, this is things old school cops had to deal with.
Yeah.
My dad being one of them. And I hear about it, and I'm like, you guys, like, we take it for granted, all the tools that we have available these days. We're
Yes.
tasers,
Yes.
pepper spray that didn't light on fire if it got
Right.
sparked by something. There's like things
Right.
that people don't consider. The '80s was some cowboy cop shit, man.
Yes.
Big time.
Yes.
And guys like you are going into the hornet's nest with
Yes.
very at the time you probably thought it was great protection, but
Absolutely.
looking at
That
hindsight,
young, dumb, and you know the rest.
yeah. So kind of give an insight to those officers out there, because despite the time change, undercover work in itself, it hasn't changed.
No.
And the
Um,
and the lifestyle hasn't changed. So if you can give any words of wisdom to anybody considering doing that type of work, what type of
just
family?
be prepared for your whole life to be changed upside down. If you're single and that's what you want, then that's go for it. But it is high stress. You are never, in green for any amount of time. You are always in orange and red. It doesn't matter where you are, who you're with. And most importantly, I tell everyone, new person, doesn't matter if you're fire, EMS, police, always, always go with your gut. No matter what happens, your gut will never steer you wrong. You walk into a room and your gut says, something's wrong. Always go with your gut. That is my words of wisdom.
Yeah, go with that spidey sense.
That's right.
Yep. We still preach that. If you hear every cop, any cop with any amount of time, trust your gut. Trust your gut, trust your gut. And
Absolutely.
it's there for a reason.
Yep.
And it does work. And worst thing that happens is you're wrong.
Yes.
You played it
Absolutely right.
safe and you were wrong. So,
Absolutely right.
but James,
Yep.
sir, how
Yep.
about you? What was your specialty for the sheriffs?
I'm one of those ones spent most of my time in the jail.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Now I've gotten into arguments with some sheriffs, not like serious arguments, but I think this is my opinion, and I have never been a sheriff, so or deputy, anybody listening, I think it's a disservice to throw somebody brand new into the Shark Tank. I think you warm up to it. I think patrol is where you should start, and you learn how to talk to people, and you start to learn how bad guys are. But when you throw somebody into the shark tank and all they've ever dealt with is sharks, and then you throw them out into patrol, now you're a shark for the most part, and you're dealing with guppies, and sometimes you come across a little sharp.
But that's true. But you do learn so much more about the criminal element, how people lie, where
Totally
they
agree.
hide things on their person. That was one of our pet peeves, where somebody'd be arrested, they say they searched them, bring them into our counter, we'd search them again, find guns, drugs, knives. We learned how to properly search somebody, so when we did go to patrol, we knew how to actually search somebody and find all that stuff. The little hidden pocket in everybody's underwear that nobody knows about until you've worked in a jail. Little things like that you learn, but you're right, you do get that chip on your shoulder because everyone you deal with is a criminal. Well, presumed criminal at that point.
Well, they're
So,
convicted,
yeah,
right?
when you get out on patrol,
Well, if they're in the jail, yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
So, yeah, I can see it both ways.